Urgent alert from Archangel Michael. Light flickering around you is a heavenly signal. Final warning. A financial breakthrough is near, but who's trying to block it? Beloved one, do not dismiss what your eyes have seen, for the flickering light around you is not random, nor is it born of chance. It is not the faltering of electricity nor the error of human design. It is the divine interruption of heaven breaking into your atmosphere. When light stirs, when it quivers and flickers, know this. It is a sign that the veil between the natural and the supernatural has been touched. It is a heavenly signal, a coded message sent directly into your dwelling, whispering that something greater is unfolding in your life. Hear me now, for I am Michael, commander of the armies of heaven. I step forward in this hour, not for all, but for the chosen ones who have been set apart. This message is not for every ear. It is selective, it is holy, and it is time-sensitive. If your spirit quickens as these words reach you, it is because you are the one being marked for divine visitation. What you are experiencing is not mere coincidence. It is a heavenly disruption designed to awaken your awareness. Heaven interrupts the order of nature only when destiny is pressing against the walls of resistance. The flicker of light is a warning and a confirmation. It is heaven's way of declaring that your financial story is about to shift dramatically. Yet, with this announcement comes resistance. Forces, both seen and unseen, have drawn near in an attempt to intercept what is already being released into your hands. You have felt the tension. You have seen delays. You have questioned why provision seems so close, yet withheld. This light, this flickering, is a signal that the warfare is intensifying because the release is near. But hear this truth. Heaven never signals without purpose. The condition now required of you is silence. The posture demanded of you is watchfulness. The stance you must hold is spiritual stillness. Do not allow noise to distract you. Do not allow fear to cloud your vision. For in the quiet, you will hear the coded whispers of heaven. In the stillness, you will discern the movement of angels on your behalf. And in the silence, you will see that what flickers in your presence is a shield of light being drawn around you for protection. Be watchful, for the signal has been given. Be silent, for your instruction is unfolding. Be still, for heaven is near. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Beloved, the heavens are moving, and the time is not tomorrow, nor next week. It is now. The signal has been released into your atmosphere. The flickering of light around you is not an error of wires or a fleeting shadow. It is a summons, a clarion call from the throne of God. I, Michael, Archangel of the Most High, step into this moment to deliver to you what cannot wait. By sunrise, the confirmation of this message will be revealed. The light that flickered before your eyes will align with the truth that is being declared over your destiny. Understand this. The warning and the confirmation have arrived together. Heaven does not stir lightly. When the light interrupts its steady course, it is because heaven has interrupted the ordinary order of your life. The flickering is both shield and signal. It speaks of warfare rising against you, but also of victory already secured in your name. This is not coincidence. This is not chance. This is a coded instruction from heaven, a direct message that breakthrough is near and opposition has been exposed. Hear the urgency in my voice, for this is not a casual word. This message is sealed with divine authority. It will not apply to every ear that hears it, but only to the chosen, those whose hearts burn as these words find them. If you feel the stirring within, if your spirit leaps even now, then you are one of the few heaven has marked for this revelation. I must remind you, the light's flicker is not to be feared, but to be discerned. It is not an omen of destruction, but a signal of protection. When heaven releases light in this way, it is creating a shield around what is yours. It is whispering to you, watch closely, for what has been withheld is about to be released. Be vigilant, for there are hands that seek to block your increase. The light trembles to draw your eyes upward, to remind you that though battles rage in the unseen, you are not abandoned. Yes, there will be those who mock this message. Yes, there will be those who dismiss it as mere chance. But you know deep within your being that this is not chance. It is calling. It is heaven's way of separating the chosen from the careless, the watchful from the distracted, the faithful from the indifferent. Only the watchful will discern. Only the chosen will receive. Only those with still hearts will understand that heaven has spoken. Do not allow yourself to slip into doubt. Doubt is the shadow that enemies use to veil your eyes from truth. Instead, let expectancy rise within you. The financial breakthrough you have waited for, prayed for, wept for, it is not distant. It is pressing against the veil, ready to pour into your life. The flickering light confirms it. The timing is divine. The resistance is real. But greater still is the promise that cannot be stolen. By sunrise, the signal will confirm itself. By sunrise, your faith will be tested, but also rewarded. And by sunrise, you will know that the God of heaven has not forgotten you, but has marked you with light. Stand ready. Stand silent. Stand watchful. The armies of heaven are surrounding you even now. Type Amen in the comments to receive this heavenly confirmation. Blessing code 1414 surrounds you now. Beloved, you have felt it. You have seen it. Whispers have surrounded your life, like smoke drifting through unseen cracks. Eyes you did not expect are watching you. Words you did not hear directly have been spoken behind your back. There are gossipers circling, silent watchers lurking, and hidden saboteurs scheming against the release that heaven has prepared for you. They know something is coming. They sense it in the atmosphere around you, but they do not know how or when it will manifest. They cannot see the fullness of heaven's plan, but they can feel the tremble of it approaching, and so they stir the waters around you in jealousy and hidden fear. Do not be blind to this, for this is why the flickering light has appeared. It was heaven's way of pulling back the veil, alerting you to the spiritual disruption hovering in the unseen. Your finances, your provision, your resources, they have not been delayed by accident. The unrest in your life is not random. It is a targeted interference. Someone has set themselves as a stumbling block to what belongs to you. That is why you have felt the heavy weight of frustration. Why you have asked yourself in silence, why does it feel so close, yet so with hell. It is because invisible hands are trying to block the flow of heaven's release. But listen, child of light, though they conspire, they cannot succeed. Though they whisper, their words fall powerless before the authority of heaven. Their attempts to stir confusion are only evidence that the blessing is nearer than it has ever been. Enemies never rise unless something worth protecting is drawing near. Saboteurs do not gather unless a breakthrough is at the edge of release. What you feel is not abandonment. It is confirmation. What you sense is not loss. It is the proof that heaven has painted a target on your destiny, and now the enemy trembles. I must warn you. The interference will not always look like an enemy with obvious intentions. Sometimes it comes wrapped in familiarity. Sometimes it hides behind a smile. Sometimes it uses relationships, distractions, or draining obligations to siphon your energy, your faith, your focus. This is why silence has been commanded. This is why watchfulness has been required. For in the stillness, their true nature will be exposed. Yes, the disruption has unsettled you, and yes, the waiting has tested you. But what you have endured was not for nothing. The flickering light was a coded message sent to awaken you to the interference, but also to reassure you that heaven has not forsaken you. You are not forgotten. You are targeted, protected, and marked. The unrest you feel in your spirit is the trembling before the breakthrough. The gossip around your name is confirmation that your name is about to be lifted in places they cannot reach. The sabotage against your finances is the very evidence that those finances are about to increase in ways they cannot imagine. Beloved one, lift your head. Do not let the whispers bend your spirit. Do not let the interference disturb your peace. Heaven has already recorded the truth of your destiny. The watchers may peer in suspicion, but they cannot rewrite heaven's decree. The saboteurs may stir in jealousy, but they cannot extinguish the light that surrounds you. You are shielded. You are chosen. And you are one sunrise away from seeing the interference collapse under the weight of divine justice. Hold steady. Be still. The disruption is loud because the release is louder. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 777 is now activated. Beloved, as this word takes root in your spirit, I ask you to pause and see what heaven is doing, not just for you, but through you. Every time you stand with this mission, you are sowing seeds that heaven multiplies into light for others. When you give, whether through Super Thanks, YouTube membership, or even through the PayPal link in the description, you are not donating. You are planting. You are placing oil into the lamps of those walking in darkness, and heaven counts it as obedience. I hear the Spirit saying, "What you release here, I will release back into you in double measure." This is not about supporting a channel. This is about unlocking destiny. The harvest of your giving is prophetic, urgent, and immediate. So step into this divine moment, so where heaven is moving, and watch as rivers of provision open for you. Do it now, and watch heaven confirm your obedience with overflow. Beloved, hear this truth. What you are facing is not merely a natural problem. It is not simply a financial delay or an unfortunate series of setbacks. No. This is deeper, heavier, sharper than what human eyes can see. This is not a matter of chance. This is war. The flickering light that you have seen is not random. It is heaven's alarm sounding in your atmosphere. It is the signal that the invisible battle around your life has intensified. You have been targeted because you carry within you the seed of breakthrough, and the forces of resistance have risen because they know that when it manifests, it will not only change your life, but ripple into the lives of others. The struggle you feel with finances is not about money alone. It is about authority. It is about silencing your potential before it can fully awaken. It is about shutting down your testimony before it can inspire others. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because of what you carry. You are not being resisted because you are forgotten. You are resisted because you are chosen. When heaven prepares to release overflow, the enemies of your soul move swiftly to block it. That is why the tension has been so real, why the heaviness has pressed upon your spirit, why the delays felt unbearable. But look closer at the flickering light. Do not mistake it for chaos. It is strategy. Do not see it as random. It is revelation. Every time the light trembled before your eyes, it was not just a warning, it was a shield being activated around you. Heaven has drawn a barrier of protection that cannot be penetrated. The flicker is the evidence of angelic movement, of spiritual armor being fastened over your provision. When you saw it, it was a reminder that your finances are not unguarded. They are being shielded in the heavenly courts. I speak with the authority of heaven when I say, your struggle is proof of your significance. Your warfare is evidence of your assignment. The flickering light is not the signal of defeat, it is the banner of victory waving in the unseen. If you were forgotten, there would be no battle. If you were overlooked, there would be no resistance. But because you are chosen, because you are marked, the enemy has risen, and because you are shielded, that same enemy will fall. Yes, beloved, this is not just about bills unpaid or opportunities delayed. This is about the throne of God declaring ownership over your destiny. The interruption in your finances was never to destroy you, but to awaken you. The shaking around you was not the evidence of loss, but the evidence of heaven's movement. Every flicker of light was a coded reminder. You are not alone. You are not unprotected. You are not abandoned. I, Michael, stand with you. I, Michael, shield what is yours. I, Michael, fight what you cannot fight. So stand tall, even as the battle rages. Lift your head, even as the pressure mounts. Know this with certainty. Your financial struggle is not proof of heaven's silence, but of heaven's strategy. The flickering light is your banner, your sign, your confirmation. You are covered. You are guarded. And though the warfare is real, the victory is already sealed. Type "I am guarded" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 444 has been placed around you. Beloved, lean close, for what I speak now must not be taken lightly. The battle you have felt pressing against your finances is not finished. It is escalating. The flickering light that has surrounded you was heaven's signal that resistance has already been exposed. But hear me, the opposition is not retreating yet. Even now, someone is preparing to block what heaven has already released into your path. Their hands are restless, their minds are stirring, and their plots are taking shape. Within the next 7 days, the battle over your financial destiny will intensify. Do not be surprised when the pressure rises suddenly. Do not be startled when unexpected bills appear, when distractions come without warning, when relationships that once seemed steady begin to drain your strength. These are not coincidences. They are calculated distractions, fiery darts aimed at your focus. Every attempt is designed to shift your gaze from heaven's promise and to make you believe that breakthrough is slipping away. I tell you now, it is not slipping, it is being contested. And you must remain unmoved. Beloved, I warn you in love and in truth. Not every hand extended toward you is sent to hell. Not every voice that comforts you is aligned with heaven. There is betrayal hidden in the shadows, betrayal that may even come from one who walks close. It will sting, it will shock, it will test the very core of your faith. Yet, even this is not meant to destroy you, but to reveal the truth that your breakthrough is too precious to be shared with every companion, too sacred to be handled by careless hearts. When the next 7 days unfold, watch the patterns around you. Watch for sudden tension, unusual expenses, and unnecessary conflict. These will not be random events. They will be evidence that the enemy is desperate, throwing distractions into your path before the blessing manifests. But take courage, for desperation is the last gasp before defeat. When the enemy grows frantic, it is because heaven has already sealed your victory. The flickering light you saw was not only a warning, it was also a shield. It was heaven's way of saying, what they attempt will not prosper. What they plan will not hold. What they conspire will collapse beneath the weight of my hand. You are not left unguarded in this storm. You are covered. You are sealed. You are carried through this coming week under the banner of protection. Beloved, the days ahead may not feel easy. You may feel waves of pressure, sudden storms of distraction, and whispers of doubt. But hold to this word. The intensity is proof that the release is near. If there were no blessing on the way, there would be no battle. If there were no breakthrough appointed to your name, there would be no interference at your door. The storm is not a sign of loss. It is the signal that the enemy fears what is coming. So I speak to you now. Remain still, remain watchful, remain unwavering. Do not give in to fear. Do not surrender your peace. What is yours is guarded. What is yours is protected. What is yours is already on the way. Within 7 days, what was meant to block you will collapse, and what was meant to delay you will be turned into acceleration. The betrayal may come. The distractions may rise, but the promise will not be stolen. Type "I am unstoppable" in the comments if you receive this warning. Blessing code 999 is surrounding you now with divine fire. Beloved, as the pressure rises, the command from heaven is clear. Be still. As the interference intensifies, the divine instruction is unshaken. Remain silent. As the battle presses closer, the strategy of heaven is firm. Do not react as the world reacts, but respond as one guarded by the armies of light. The flickering of the light around you was not only a warning, it was also a revelation of the strategy required to win this war. You are not called to swing in panic. You are not summoned to fight with flesh and words. You are instructed to stand in holy silence, for I, Michael, and the host of heaven are fighting on your behalf. Do not misunderstand. Silence does not mean weakness. Stillness does not mean surrender. It is the posture of the wise, the stance of the chosen, the shield of those who know that heaven's movements are greater than human reactions. In silence, the enemy loses power. In stillness, distractions collapse. In watchfulness, the strategies of saboteurs are exposed. Heaven is saying to you now, hold your peace and I will fight for you. Guard your words, and I will silence the tongues that rise against you. Still your spirit, and I will move what no man can move. Even now, beloved, the enemy desires to provoke you into reaction. They seek to lure you into arguments, drain you with endless chatter, and pull you into battles of words where your energy is wasted. Resist this. Do not let your voice be stoned by noise. This is why the command has been given: remain silent. Do not reveal your hand to those who secretly watch. Do not expose your plan to those who quietly envy. Let heaven deal with them in ways you cannot. Your silence will be your shield, and your stillness will be your strategy. Take this moment to anchor yourself in prayer. Let your words before God be stronger than your words before man. Whisper this truth over your life: no hand formed against my provision shall prosper. No plan designed to steal my breakthrough shall succeed. No distraction sent to drain my focus shall endure. Let these affirmations rise like a wall around your spirit. When the light flickers, remember, it is heaven's signal that angels are already stationed. You are not standing unguarded. You are covered on every side. Beloved, remember the pattern of heaven. Before every release, there is a call to silence. Before every miracle, there is a command to wait. Before every breakthrough, there is a summons to stillness. You are standing in that holy moment now. If you obey the instruction of silence, if you yield to the strategy of stillness, you will see the interference collapse. You will watch distractions lose their grit. You will see gossipers confounded, saboteurs exposed, and betrayal overturned. Stand in stillness, beloved. Do not let your emotions drive you. Let your spirit anchor you. The God who fights for you does not need your panic. He needs your trust. And as you rest in silence, I, Michael, and the armies of light will do what only heaven can do: secure your breakthrough, guard your provision, and silence your enemies. Type "I am guarded in stillness" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 808 is surrounding you with divine calm and angelic defense. Beloved, listen closely, for this is the turning point. You have been pressed, you have been opposed, you have been delayed, but you are not defeated. Heaven does not call you a victim. Heaven calls you victorious. What the enemy has tried to convince you is weakness is actually your refining. What you thought was delay was training. What you saw as denial was only preparation. Do not believe the lie that you are small, powerless, or forgotten. No. You are rising, you are transforming, and the flickering light was heaven's reminder that your identity is greater than the struggle you have endured. You are not who they think you are anymore. They remember the version of you who doubted, who feared, who struggled to believe. But that version of you is being burned away like dross in the fire. What remains is the gold, refined, unshakable, and radiant with purpose. Every tear you cried was fuel. Every delay you endured was shaping. Every battle you faced was chiseling your spirit into something unbreakable. What they thought would crush you has instead refined you. You are no longer bound by their expectations. You are free in heaven's declaration. Beloved, rise in boldness. This breakthrough that draws near is not just provision, it is elevation. It is not simply about bills being paid or needs being met. It is about a new level of authority, a new level of confidence, a new level of influence. This financial breakthrough is the doorway to an expanded destiny. Do not shrink in fear. Do not hide in silence longer than heaven has asked you to. There is a moment to be still, but there is also a moment to rise with wings. That moment is coming. That moment is now. I speak to you with urgency. Lift your head, spread your wings. Let your spirit stretch beyond the boundaries you once thought contained you. You are not chained to lack. You are not bound to limitation. Heaven is unlocking in you the strength of an eagle. You will soar above the chatter of gossipers, above the schemes of saboteurs, above the chains of fear. The flickering light around you was not only a shield, it was a spotlight marking you as chosen, showing heaven and hell alike that you have been refined for this hour. Do not despise the fire, beloved. Do not curse the delays. Do not mourn the waiting. For through them you have been transformed. Through them you have learned silence. Through them you have found strength. And now you will rise with courage. The wealth that is being prepared for you is not just currency, it is confirmation. It is heaven's way of saying, you endured, you did not give up, you kept your faith, and now you will see the reward. Beloved, step out of the shadows of fear. Refuse to wear the identity of the victim. You are chosen, you are rising, and you are unstoppable. What was sent to break you has built you. What was designed to silence you has strengthened you. And what was meant to delay you has only set the stage for your accelerated breakthrough. This is your turning. This is your empowerment. Type "I am rising" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1717 is now surrounding your spirit with boldness and heavenly strength. Beloved, now comes the unveiling. The mystery that has surrounded the flickering light is no longer concealed. Heaven has spoken, and I, Michael, release the revelation with authority. The flicker you witnessed was heaven's last signal before the release. It was not a mistake, it was not a trick of shadow, it was divine confirmation that the gates of financial breakthrough are opening, and no opposition can shut them. The light trembled, because heaven was pressing against the barriers that have tried to hold back your blessing. The trembling was the echo of chains snapping in the unseen. Hear me now. You are not waiting for provision to be decided. It has already been declared. You are not pleading for resources to appear. They have already been released. The flickering light was the final stamp, the heavenly seal that what was promised is now at the threshold. It is waiting to manifest, waiting to step from the invisible into the visible. Beloved, this is the moment of unlocking. This is the moment of release. This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for all along. And listen to this prophetic word. Your name is being spoken in rooms of opportunity right now. Conversations are unfolding about you without your presence. Decisions are being made in your favor while you are unaware. Your provision is not limited to the labor of your hands alone. It is being orchestrated by unseen angels who are carrying your name into places of influence. You have been marked, and heaven has sent you ahead through the mouths of others. Do not doubt this. Do not dismiss it. It is already happening. The flickering light was the signal that heaven has aligned timing, opportunity, and provision into one appointed moment. What was delayed cannot be delayed any longer. What was resisted cannot be resisted any longer. What was withheld must now be released. But take heed, beloved. This release is tied to obedience. Heaven's strategy was not only to warn you, but to condition you, to teach you silence, to train you in stillness, to refine your patience. For only the obedient can walk through gates that heaven unlocks. Only the watchful can discern the moment of release. Do not waver now. Do not doubt the confirmation that has been sent. Heaven has already sealed the promise. The flicker was your final notice before manifestation. The gates are opening, and your provision is about to rush forward like a river released from a dam. This is your signal to stand ready, to receive without hesitation, to step into overflow without fear. Beloved, I declare with holy certainty, your breakthrough is not near, it is here. It is hovering, it is trembling, it is breaking through the veil even as you hear this word. Stand watchful, stand obedient, and prepare, for the release will be swift and undeniable. Type "I receive the signal" in the comments if you receive this prophetic word. Blessing code 2222 is now unlocking your heavenly gates. Beloved, as heaven unveils this prophetic revelation, I urge you to see how powerful your obedience is in moments like this. When you give into this mission, whether through super thanks, YouTube membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you are not just offering support, you are sowing into the very river that carries God's word to souls waiting in darkness. Each seed you release becomes like oil poured out upon the altar of heaven, igniting fire that spreads far beyond what your eyes can see. The Spirit says, as you unlock for others, I will unlock for you. Your giving becomes prophetic. It accelerates what heaven is already moving in your life. Do not hesitate. Step into this divine moment. Sow with expectancy, and watch as the open heavens respond to your obedience with overflow. Beloved, the time has come for your voice to rise. Heaven has spoken. The flickering light has confirmed, and now the question is not if the breakthrough will come, but whether you will align yourself to receive it. Do not sit idle, waiting for blessing to fall like rain upon soil unprepared. No, heaven calls you now to declare, to activate, to align your spirit with the release. The gates are open, but heaven waits for your yes. Say it with your mouth, I align with heaven's breakthrough. Declare it in your atmosphere. Let it echo through your spirit. Words carry power. Declarations shift dimensions, and agreement with heaven pulls what is unseen into what is seen. The enemy knows this. That is why he seeks to silence you, why he tries to keep you distracted, why he aims to fill your mouth with complaints instead of declarations. But not now. Not this time. Your voice must align with heaven's decree. Beloved, this is not about repeating empty words. It is about sealing covenant. When you declare what heaven has already spoken, you are writing your agreement into the courts of the Spirit. You are binding yourself to the promise and refusing to let it pass you by. This is the silent exchange heaven waits for. Your yes for heaven's release, your obedience for heaven's overflow, your faith for heaven's manifestation. You must rise now in boldness. You must not shrink back into fear or hesitation. Destiny does not bend to timidity, it answers to courage. Heaven is pressing into this moment, calling you to stand as one who knows they are chosen. The flickering light did not appear to confuse you. It appeared to summon you into divine agreement. Heaven has already released the breakthrough. Your role is to say yes, to step forward in faith, to speak with authority that what belongs to you shall not be stolen. Hear this, destiny is not passive. It does not wait for you to feel ready. It does not pause for your fears. It demands a response. You cannot linger in doubt. You cannot delay in indecision. Heaven waits, but heaven will not wait forever. You are being asked to rise in this moment, to activate the release that has been sealed in your name. If you do not, the blessing still exists, but it may pass into the hands of another who dares to believe. Beloved, I urge you, declare it now. I align with heaven's breakthrough. Say it until your spirit trembles, until your heart burns, until your mind is no longer clouded by fear. Let your declaration ring louder than the whispers of doubt, stronger than the noise of opposition. For the moment you declare, the transaction begins. The moment you align, heaven responds. Stand in your identity, child of light. Stand in your calling. Stand in your authority. Do not retreat in fear. Rise in faith. The destiny written over your life is waiting for your yes. Heaven is not silent. Heaven is watching. And now, all of creation leans in, waiting for your voice to break the silence with agreement. Type "I align with heaven" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 3030 is now releasing activation power into your destiny. Beloved, while you wrestle in silence, while you wait in stillness, while you stand watchful, something greater is already happening. Heaven is not still. Angels are not idle. The flickering light you witnessed was not only a signal, not only a shield, it was evidence that the spirit realm is in motion. Even now, exchanges are taking place in dimensions your eyes cannot see. Transactions are being recorded in heavenly books. What was stolen is being demanded back. What was delayed is being accelerated. What was blocked is being rerouted into your life. Do not be deceived by silence. Silence is not inactivity. Just because you do not hear the roar does not mean the war is not raging. Just because you cannot see the exchange does not mean it is not unfolding. Heaven has been watching. Heaven has been recording. Heaven has been tallying every tear, every prayer, every sacrifice. And in the courts of eternity, your persistence has become currency. Every tear you shed was collected. Every sigh of despair was noted. Every time you chose faith when fear was louder, heaven marked it down. Now those very tears, those very prayers, those very sacrifices are being weighed against the attempts of the enemy, and heaven is demanding restoration. Beloved, while you slept, negotiations were unfolding. Angels were moving through realms unseen, countering every accusation, overturning every charge, silencing every voice raised against your provision. The flickering light was the moment heaven chose to let you glimpse the transaction. It was a signal that the silent exchange had begun. When the light trembled, heaven was declaring, "Your losses are not permanent. What slipped from your hands is being placed back into your account. Nothing is lost, only transferred." Even now, the enemy trembles, for the courts of heaven are not biased. They weigh justice with truth, they measure intention with purity, and they favor those marked by the seal of the Most High. You are marked. You are sealed. Your case has been brought forward. And though the enemy argued to delay, to distract, to divide, heaven has ruled in your favor. The light flickered because the ruling was released. The decree has already gone forth. What belongs to you must return. What was stolen must be restored. What was denied must be unlocked. Do not despise the silence, beloved, for silence is holy ground. It is the sound of heaven working. It is the space where angels move without interference. While your lips are still, their swords are drawn. While your hands rest, their wings move swiftly. While your mind waits, their voices cry out on your behalf. This is why you must not give in to fear, because the transaction is already underway. Nothing can overturn what heaven has sealed. Beloved, believe this. The flickering was not coincidence. It was your receipt, your proof, your confirmation. Heaven wanted you to know that though the exchange is invisible, it is undeniable. What is yours is not gone. What is yours is not destroyed. What is yours is being returned, multiplied, restored, and placed back into your life with interest. Stand still, beloved, for the exchange is already complete in the spirit. It only waits now to manifest in the natural. Type "My restoration is sealed" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing Code 1919 is surrounding you with angelic negotiations and divine restoration. Beloved, now the scales of heaven tip in your favor. The cries of interference, the whispers of sabotage, the schemes of those who rose against you, all of it has been weighed in the balance. Heaven does not overlook injustice. Heaven does not forget betrayal. Heaven does not ignore the delays imposed upon the chosen. And so now comes the decree of reversal. What they tried to block will return to them as loss. What they tried to delay will accelerate toward you with unstoppable force. What they withheld will now overflow. You must understand this. The flickering light was more than a signal of protection. It was the announcement of judgment. When heaven allowed you to see the trembling, it was showing you the exact moment when the tables began to turn. Every plan raised against you is now collapsing under its own weight. Every word spoken to diminish you is echoing back upon the speaker. Every hand stretched to intercept your blessing has been bound. The interference has become their downfall, and your breakthrough has become their witness. Do not weep over what was lost, for what is being returned carries double measure. This is the rhythm of heaven. Restoration never comes empty. It arrives multiplied. The years of lack are being flipped into years of plenty. The tears you sowed in the night are becoming songs of joy in the morning. The humiliation you endured is transforming into honor before those who doubted you. Every delay was a setup for acceleration. Every block was fuel for your launch. What they thought they stopped has only been intensified by heaven's hand. Beloved, the spiritual justice being executed on your behalf is not small. It is not partial. It is complete, decisive, and undeniable. The enemy believed they had stolen time, resources, and opportunities. But now the Lord of hosts declares, I restore double for every interference. I multiply what was diminished. I crown my chosen with abundance where there was lack. The reversal is not symbolic. It is tangible, it is visible, it is measurable. You will feel it in your hands. You will see it in your accounts. You will walk in it with undeniable clarity. I tell you now with fire in my voice, the enemy has lost his claim. His attempts are void, his accusations dismissed, his grip broken. The flickering light was the last signal, the final warning, and now justice rolls forth like a mighty river. You will see the evidence. You will walk in the reversal. And those who mocked, those who whispered, those who resisted will stand as witnesses to the overflow they could not stop. Beloved, take courage, for the verdict has been delivered. The case is closed. The ruling is final. Heaven has decreed double restoration, and no power in hell can overturn it. The justice of God is now your shield, the reversal of God is now your banner, and the overflow of God is now your portion. Lift your head and declare, the tables have turned. What was stolen is restored. What was delayed is accelerated. And what was denied is now released. This is the justice of heaven, and it cannot be reversed. Type divine justice is mine in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 5555 now activates reversal and restoration in your life. Beloved, now we close this divine message with clarity and certainty. The flickering light you saw was never random. It was never ordinary. It was never coincidence. It was heaven's final warning, heaven's final confirmation, heaven's final signal that your breakthrough is at hand. You have been tested. You have been stretched. You have been opposed. But you have also been refined, guarded, and chosen. The delays you endured were not to destroy you, but to prepare you. The opposition you faced was not proof of abandonment, but proof of significance. The flicker of light was the whisper of heaven saying, "Be still, Be watchful, for I am near. And now, beloved, the time has come. The interference has been broken, the resistance has collapsed, and the gates of provision stand open. I declare over you now, your provision is guarded. Your blessing is unstoppable. Your breakthrough is secured. Every attempt to block you has failed. Every whisper against you has been silenced. Every plot designed to withhold your promise has been overturned. You are sealed in the light of heaven, and the armies of the Most High surround what belongs to you. Beloved, take courage, for your name is not forgotten. It has been spoken in heavenly courts. It has been lifted in unseen places of influence, and it will be honored in the earth. You are seen. You are shielded. You are chosen. And you are sent now into overflow. Go forward with confidence. Go forward in faith. Go forward knowing that heaven has already gone ahead of you. The flickering light was the last warning, and now the release is here. Stand ready, for your breakthrough will manifest swiftly, clearly, undeniably. Beloved, this is the seal. You are covered. You are provided for. You are unstoppable. Type "I am sealed in light" in the comments if you receive this final blessing. Blessing code 1010 now crowns your destiny with unstoppable breakthrough. Beloved, as this word seals over your life, I urge you to see the weight of what heaven is doing through this mission. Every message, every prophetic release, every word of fire that reaches you is not just for you. It is for countless souls across the earth who are waiting for the light. When you give, through super thanks, through membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you are sowing into eternal impact. You are sending rivers of living water into dry places. The Spirit declares, as you release for others, I release for you. Your giving becomes prophetic action, a holy seed planted in the soil of heaven's kingdom, and it returns in multiplied overflow. Beloved, do not delay. Step into obedience, sow into the light, and watch as the same breakthrough released here flows back into your own life with power.